Hi, welcome to Best in Tesla News, episode 90. Tesla breaks all record once again in Q3 earnings. And more Tesla short sellers are giving up, maybe because Tesla reaches all new highs. And Porsche makes another recall of their Taycan. And the Tesla bulls and Sandy Munro are angry with NHTSA and the US government. All this and much more to come on today's episode. Let's dive right in.
Let's put our living stereo stylus in this groove.
So Tesla had their earnings call this week and it was nothing but spectacular. This is the first earning call without Elon Musk on the call. That was kind of nice to see that Elon did not have to be there, and I think the Tesla management team did a great job. And here are some of the great numbers from the earnings call. Record operation free cash flow of $1.3 billion. They paid off $1.5 billion in debt, so now total debt, excluding vehicle and energy product financing, has fallen to just $2.1 billion at the end of Q3. Amazing. And an automotive gross margin of 30.5%. And even if we take the regulatory credits out, Tesla still has a gross margin of 28.8%. Just wow. And that is even without many Model S vehicles delivered in Q3 and no Model X. Very impressive. Total revenue are up 57% and total gross profit up 77%. Automotive revenue were up 58% to $12 billion, up from $10.2 billion in last quarter and up from $7.6 billion in Q3 of 2020. And again, we can see the automotive revenue are growing year over year, quarter over quarter, but regulatory credits were down 30% again to only $279 million. Yes, as you can see, regulatory credits or not, Tesla is a very, very profitable company. The bottom line, adjusted EBITDA, is $3.2 billion, also up 77%. Just look at these charts of the trailing 12 months. They all have a very clear trend. Up. And Tesla have just begun. Q4 will be even more insane and 2022 will be a whole new level for Tesla. And as they said at the earnings call, Tesla's run rate was 1 million by the end of Q3, and now they will turn on 2 new factories. And they did confirm that they will start production in Berlin and Austin this year, but will not deliver any of these cars in 2021, but in the beginning of 2022. And they are also growing their service centers as fast as they can. The physical footprint of the service grew 35% and mobile repairs by 40%. They are ramping up their service location as fast as they can, and Tesla can't keep up with demand. As Tesla's CFO said, there's a profound awakening in the electric car sector. People really want to buy electric cars. Most want the Tesla, so hopefully Tesla's ramp next year will go smoothly so we can get some more Teslas out to some more customers. And no wonder Tesla built a whole new factory for just their Megapack business. Just look at all that capacity currently being built. Yeah, that business is about to explode, and it kind of already exploded a bit with energy storage deployment increasing by 71% year over year in Q3. Nice. And the factory they are building will have a capacity of producing 40 gigawatt hours worth of Megapacks annually. And as we can see, that is the amount they are currently building, but way above anything they have ever done in any year before. But we did also see something new about the Giga Shanghai factory. Tesla showed some pictures where we saw 5 Giga casting machines up and running at the Shanghai factory. This is huge news. So we will probably soon see Model Ys, maybe even Model 3s coming out of the Shanghai factories with Giga casting, maybe even front and rear, helping with ramping up the factory even more and helping with the cost of producing the cars, making even better profits. Man, Tesla is not kidding around. And they also showed a picture of their little building in the corner of the Giga Shanghai factory. I did not know what this was for, but Tesla confirmed it was for their R&D center, and it looked like it is up and running. So exciting to see all the new products that will be developed in that building, one of which will of course be the $25,000 Tesla. What an amazing quarter for Tesla, but already next quarter we will have yet another record-breaking quarter from Tesla. They just don't stop, and neither does the rise of the Tesla stock price. As expected, it went down after the earnings call, as it always does, but as it always does, it goes back up. But this time it came back very fast and just kept on going to all new highs, $909, and stayed there, making Tesla a $900 billion company on its way to the magic $1 trillion market cap. Very good for all of us investors, and not so good for the few stupid short sellers still out there. The short sellers are giving up, and many of the Wall Street's analysts are raising their targets on Tesla. Michael Burry, a famous short seller, is now no longer shorting Tesla. Well, the short positions are at an all-time low, but of course we have Gordon Johnson that still think this company will collapse, and Jim Chanos and Mark Spiegel are still short. I guess they just like losing their money as Tesla grows bigger and stronger quarter over quarter, year over year. But many are raising their targets on Tesla now after this amazing quarter from Tesla, like Wedbush raising their target from $1,000 to $1,100. Genuity from $940 to $1,040, Deutsche Bank from $900 to $1,000, and so did the Bank of America. Yes, most of the analysts are waking up, slowly but waking up. Short sellers are leaving this sinking ship, except a few stubborn Tesla haters, I would call them, like Gordon Johnson, Jim Chanos and Mark Spiegel. But it will be their downfall. But I think Adam Jonas said it just right.
Dude, you're putting 100 tons in orbit, and you're probably going to beat NASA to the moon. Do you really doubt that he's going to solve insurance for cars? Is that the world's hardest problem?
Yeah, just don't bet against Elon Musk. But the competition is coming. Well, that is great. Let them come. The more, the merrier. Also, as we can see with Tesla's deliveries and earnings, it does not affect Tesla, but their market share is down. Yes, as more comes, Tesla's market share will fall. That is just math, but that does not mean that Tesla will not grow. And we do know 2020 was a bad year with COVID, so how does it look if we compare Q3 of 2019 to Q3 of 2021? Well, Tesla's US sales were up 104%, while the US auto industry were down 22%. Just look at this chart from Clean Technica, where we can see Tesla is up 67% in Q3 over Q3 of 2020. And then there are a handful of other companies that have some small growth compared to Tesla, and then there is a big red sea of the legacy automakers that is just falling off a cliff. And they can blame it all on semiconductors, but I do think there are more to it than that. And even though someone like Volkswagen says they are all in on EVs, they are still out there trying to convince the German government to continue funding plug-in hybrids and not send an end date of the ban of ICE cars. Does this really sound to you like a company that is all in on EVs? Not really. We all know that Norway is leading the way with EVs, but they have no plans of slowing down. Because even though almost all of the new car sales are EVs, there is still a long way to go before all the cars on the streets are all EVs. It will take a long time to replace the fleet of cars, as we know, but in Oslo, which is kind of ground zero for this movement, there are now more electric cars than gas cars on the road. And Oslo plans to ramp up its electric car policies over the next few years to replace the fleet as fast as possible. It has recently decreased tolls for electric cars, which only pays 30% of a normal toll during regular hours and 40% during rush hours. The city is also planning to increase funding for EV charging infrastructure significantly from 35.5 million Norwegian kroners annually this year to 61.5 million Norwegian kroners in 2023 and 2024. So they really get it. Now all new car sales are pretty much EVs, but they still need to push hard to get the polluting ICE cars off the street. So they continue to make EVs the obvious choice, not just to buy, but to own. And Sandy Munro is pissed off. Actually, so is many people. Because Biden apparently will announce Missy Gummings as new senior advisor for safety at NHTSA. And why are people so angry about that? Well, she is part of the Tesla Q community. She had blocked hundreds of Tesla bulls on Twitter, and then she made her Twitter account private, probably so the bulls couldn't continue sharing all the hateful tweets about Elon and Tesla she has done through the years. She has been saying some really bad stuff about Tesla and Elon through many years, and now she has completely deleted her Twitter account. That's not suspicious at all, right? But she is also part of the board of a company called Veona that makes software and hardware like LiDAR for automated driving. And she don't think any full self-driving car can be safe if it does not have a LiDAR system, because that is of course what they are using in their system. So if Tesla saw full self-driving without using any LiDAR, it would be very bad for her business and her shares in the company. And now she will sit as an advisor in NHTSA. She will definitely try to slow Tesla down to get to full self-driving. And this is why Sandy and myself are so pissed off. I'm not an American, so for the US to lose the race for full self-driving to the Chinese is not really my problem, but this is something Sandy is really angry about.
I'm going to read something off from Missy Cummings. This is an exceedingly alarmist view of overprivileged, narcissistic, and insecure white men who need to assure themselves that they're part of something greater good and they're here to save us from the folly that they've created. The only killer robot out there is Elon Musk, Tesla. And we have a new sheriff in town, and she is the hired gun for the Luddites of mediocrity. How puerile can you get? Do you think for a second that China's going to be holding back on ADAS? Are we going to give that away as well? I mean, really, how many innovators have we got out there in all the auto companies? The politicians have dropped the ball on every worldly event. Oh yeah, I love Tesla as a company. Electric cars are the future. But the hubris around what automation could do, especially a car that does not have LiDAR on it, worries me. Any car that hangs its hat on computer vision perception systems is terribly flawed. Okay, I'm going to tell you a little secret. I could have been dead, but in actuality, those flawed systems that she's talking about saved my life in the Tesla Model 3. If I was driving anything else, I'd be a dead man now. Mr. President, the mark of a true leader is when he makes a mistake, admits it, and takes corrective action. It's time to fire Missy before her sins become your downfall. Please consider that.
GM and Ford are decades out before they will ever solve this. So if the US government and NHTSA will try to slow Tesla down, they could give the edge to the Chinese. But to me, it's all about delaying full self-driving in the first place. Full self-driving will save so many lives. We stupid humans are still killing over 1.2 million people every single year in traffic. So for every day Missy and NHTSA delays Tesla for getting full self-driving on the street. She and NHTSA are killing over 3,000 people every single day. We need full self-driving. The US government and NHTSA should be helping Tesla, not wasting their time. This is kind of what we saw with SpaceX. People was against SpaceX and the way they was developing spaceflight because they were not afraid of blowing things up to get it done fast. But no one has ever been heard at SpaceX, and they are now the leader in the space industry. They speeded up the process. They will send about 80% of all cargo to space this year. So I say let Elon and his teams do what they do best. Innovate and getting things done. Remember, Tesla has the safest cars in the world, and Tesla has already proven that on highways, Tesla with full self-driving is already 9 times safer than a human driver. Tesla goes up and beyond what is needed in the name of safety. And remember, many of the mainstream media's headlines of crashes with Teslas where full self-driving was blamed was mostly fought. Last week I reported on Tesla that was driving into a fire truck. The court ruled the driver had full responsibility, of course. And this week I can report that it was also a lie that the Tesla crashed in April where they said there was no one in the driver's seat. Well, the US Safety Board has just announced that both front seats were occupied. So yet another lie spread about Tesla and the full self-driving system. But luckily, Tesla has all the data to show all of this. But to get Missy as an advisor on NHTSA is as close as we can get to corruption right out in the open. A person with conflict of interest should not be sitting in that seat when it comes to safety of the people. We need full self-driving as fast as possible. Anyone spreading lies about Tesla and its full self-driving or trying to delay Tesla for getting this done will be killing thousands of people every single day you delay Tesla. Just remember that. And a little bit of SpaceX news. NASA and SpaceX are now targeting October the 31st for the Crew 3 mission to the International Space Station. Crew 3 is scheduled to arrive at the orbital laboratory early Monday morning on the 1st of November. And last week, me was crying about not having my Starlink yet, even though all of Germany had access to Starlink internet. But now I have just received confirmation that my Starlink dish is on its way. Yeah, can't wait to test that one out and be part of history in the making. And SpaceX also made its first test fire of the Raptor vacuum engine integrated into the Starship, which Elon said on Twitter they hope to take to orbit next month. Oh yeah, can't wait for this one. And let's squeeze in the last short news topics into this news show. Yes, it's time for the Tesla Shorts. Tesla now has 29,281 superchargers worldwide. That is a 49% increase year over year. Tesla is really trying to make their charging networks grow as fast as their car business. And as Tesla said at the earnings call, it plans to triple the supercharging network over the next 2 years. That would mean 90,000 superchargers worldwide in just 2 years. That is faster than I thought was possible. They definitely have some tricks up their sleeves. And Porsche is recalling what appears to be every Taycan sold in the United States so far to address an issue with an automatic emergency braking software. Again, a software issue that they can't fix with an over-the-air software update. But they can do over-the-air updates. Nope, not when it's something big that really matters, only small software fixes. So Porsche once again has to recall all their cars because of software issues. Yeah, this is just not the same as what Tesla is able to do. They all say they can do software updates over the air, but we are still waiting for the first to show us that they can actually do that when it really matters. And if you don't know, Tesla is the world's fastest growing global brand. And when you speak to the young people, the future drivers, they all know who Tesla is. And that is the car that they want. Yep, Tesla has only just begun. And thanks to Wuwa, who make these great drone videos of Gigafactory 3, we can see the sea of Tesla flooding the parking lot just next to the finished R&D center. And we can also see the construction that is going on just next to the site. Still no confirmation that this is actually Tesla, but most likely. And the Boring Company's Las Vegas loop is expanding 29 miles with 51 stations. Clark County commissioners just approved and agreed with the Boring Company to establish and maintain a transportation system that will go on the Las Vegas Strip. An estimated 700 Tesla's EVs will run through the system at a time. Yeah, yet another project of Elon's that people said would never work. And now it is. And Rivian starts deliveries of the R1T to its employees. Nice. And Tesla requests meeting between Indian Prime Minister and Elon Musk. It is assumed that the subject of discussion will be the issue of reducing duty on cars imported in order to understand the demand in the local market. Hope they will get this one solved soon. And CCS1 adapters now available in South Korea at Tesla Korean website and available in North America soon. Nice. And Tesla Silicon Valley Club asked about Teslas from 2016 to 2017. Will they be able to get the full self-driving beta? And Elon replied, yeah, although early production cars will need camera upgrade as well as full self-driving computer, all included in the price, and Hallmark's catalog showed that Tesla has already prepared for this. Super easy to change out the cameras, and Elon replied, exactly. And the Giga beer we saw Tesla reveal at the Giga Berlin factory is now a registered trademark. Cool, can't wait to taste that. And the first Mustang Mach-E manufactured in China is rolling off the assembly line. Jim wrote, very proud of the China team, we are in a new era for Ford and the EV market. Nice, going to be very cool to see how many Mach-E they will be able to make in China. And Tesla expands Tesla Energy to all of Germany through its partnership with Octopus Energy. Nice. And IDRA's mother company in China, KL, is apparently making a 12,000 tons casting machine for Tesla. The 8,000 tons we have heard about before is for the Cybertruck, but a 12,000 tons casting machine of course raises the question, is this for the single piece casting of the whole underbody of the $25,000 Tesla? Elon has said it would probably not make sense to do this in one piece, even though they could, but they do have a patent for this single casting piece underbody, and Elon has before tweeted about it, so maybe, but we have to wait and see what is what. And Skoda halts production for 2 weeks and should have the year almost 250,000 units produced. This smells like more than just a semiconductor shortage. And Tesla might be signing a contract with BYD to supply 10 gigawatt hours of lithium iron phosphate batteries. This is still only from a source. We have not seen any official statement on this, so could turn out not to be true, but it seems very likely. And if you haven't seen this very short video from Giga Texas with the Model Y and the Cybertruck driving around inside the factory, well, here you go. And speaking of Giga Texas, we see for the first time on Tesla's website that they mention the production of the Model 3 in Texas as well. Interesting. And meanwhile, NHTSA is investigating Tesla's full self-driving system. Tesla saves more lives. Here is a Tesla Model 3 owner that got hit by a semi-truck, but survived thanks to the safest car ever made. And before we end off with a bit of fun, I just want to make a quick shout out to my newest patrons and members of this YouTube channel. Steve Ipina, Steve J. Blackton, Arcadius Flack, and I thank you for watching, members. Dana Peck, Roger Poppin, Sam Kwok, Ronald Douglas, and my Be Nice and You Are member, Crawford Woodman, and my best in Tesla superhero, Keith Willis. Thank you all so very much for all your support. I am doing this all by myself, but you guys are all the producers of this new show. Thank you. And let's end off with a bit of fun. And we all know Gordon Johnson, right? Well, check out this little video.
Still has no sales to date in Fiji and parts of Madagascar. In Fiji, people would rather ride a bicycle than buy a Tesla, okay? And your data on sales in Europe is factually incorrect. Because if you look, just looking at the data, in Germany, if you look at sales data on the 4 blocks between Epstein Street and Kronenberger Street, okay, just those four blocks alone, they had no sales between Tuesday and Thursday of last week. Okay, no sales. So therefore, the demand in Germany, the demand in Europe, demand in the world is gone. There's no more demand. There's no more demand for Tesla cars anywhere in the world. Okay, that's what we're seeing.
You're suggesting that next year...
Yeah, well, competition is coming, okay? It's been 10 years and finally the competition is coming. The traditional OEMs, while their EVs might cost twice the price and have half the performance and range, that doesn't matter because the competition is coming and they will eat up Tesla's shares. And by the way, just so you know, if you look, Tesla is not a battery company, it's not a car company, it's not a utility company, it's not a software company, it's none of those things. They don't even sell cars. Those are just holograms, okay? Those don't even exist. I have never even seen a Tesla, and people that claim they've supposedly seen Teslas, but I've not even seen one. Those are holograms, they're not even real. Elon Musk is an alien from outer space, and he probably is just a holographic projection from a mothership. And I know this because, well, let's just not get into that, but I know. I'm on TV, Mom! Give it to me. Look, fine, look, this turns it on, and that turns it off, okay? Just go, I'm working here. The point is that you're factually incorrect on everything, okay?
That is all we have time for in this news show. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. It really does help out this video a lot. And if you did like it, maybe you want to consider hitting that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos just like this one. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for your support, and if you want to support the channel even more, remember you can, for as little as $1, become a patron of this channel and get your shout out on this show. You can also become a member of the YouTube channel to get a shout out and some extra perks. Hit the members button to find out more. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter. I tweet all the news as it comes out and more. And check out the merch store to get some merchandise and support the show. Now it's also possible to support the show without buying anything, becoming a member or a patron. There is a link to a donation options in the show notes. But going forward, I will be making more videos for patrons and members only. And I will give my YouTube members and patrons early access to my videos whenever possible and make my videos ads free for members and patrons only. So don't miss out. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.